During Sunday service on 26th March 2017, Senior Prophet Bishop John General prophesied to the nation of Zambia that next month there was going to be confusion in the nation, specifically in politics, and these were his words.
In the country of Zambia, if you fail to increase prayers, the prophet is seeing a very big confusion may rise in the country of Zambia. The few days of judgment, but the things that are happening, the Lord said, two parties may bring problems in the country of Zambia. That they will correct somewhere, the other one's coming this side, the other one coming this side. And this may affect our country Zambia because problems will arise. But the Lord is saying, next month, there is a certain preparation in the kingdom of darkness. A big confusion will arise in the country.
Just as the servant of God spoke, revealed to him by the Spirit of God, the following month it happened exactly as God spoke through Senior Prophet Bishop John General, and reports on media showed according to the prophecy.
The 2017 Kumbuka traditional ceremony held on the 8th of April left behind a spectre of talking points. Among them is a deep rivalry between the UPND's Hakainde Hichilema and PF's Edgar Lungu. The whole event started and ended without the two leaders coming face to face. This is because the UPND has maintained that they don't recognize the presidency of Mr. Edgar Lungu on account that he stole their victory, thereby occupying the presidency illegally. However, the nation was given another spectacle to talk about on the 8th of April as the UPND motorcade, which had over 60 vehicles going to the Mulunga district from Mungu, maintained its lane on account that they can't give way to Mr. Lungu's motorcade, who they are not recognizing as the president, especially that there is a dispute in the courts of law. President Lungu's escort applied maximum force trying to sweep off the UPND motorcade, but that never deterred them from moving forward. One police vehicle nearly hit into Mr. Hichilema's car, briefly sending it off the road. Both President Edgar Lungu and President Hakainde Hichilema of the UPND had their motorcades driving at equal square. However, President Lungu's motorcade took the right lane and managed to pass through as the UPND maintained their rightful lane. All this was happening in view of the local people who had lined up the roads. The two motorcades arrived almost at the same time, but police barricaded the entrance to the palace immediately. President Lungu's motorcade made its way in, blocking Mr. Hichilema's motorcade on account that it could not be allowed in because he was late. The entrance was blocked by heavily armed officers with machine guns, and this created tension as people almost ran out of patience. But this act was protested against by the UPND and its members on account that the event was not under the police to decide who should go in or out, but such decisions could only be done by the BRE themselves and not the police. A senior officer in charge at the time, a Mr. C. Lungu, disclosed that he was operating under orders, adding that no matter how the UPND exhibited maturity with him, he was not going to allow them inside. However, in the midst of the confusion, Mr. Hichilema and his Vice President Geoffrey Mwamba managed to sneak in right at the boiling point without the police noticing them, but just kept saying the two opposition leaders would not be allowed to go in, not knowing that they were already inside.
All this did not happen from the natural human, but the kingdom of darkness planned it. When God speaks, the wise listens. God is still speaking to us through his servant, Senior Prophet Bishop John General.